Anyway, I was talking about before this recording started. I was talking about like the music we were listening to earlier, and Naren brings up a good point. It's like wouldn't be I wouldn't think it weird if somebody was like, "Yeah, this is vampire music." I was like, "Yeah, okay, I can see that," but it like when I'm thinking of it, my brain doesn't just jump to vampire. Jumps to something else, like gothic, yes. Vampire, not my first thought. Anyway, welcome back to Vampyr. Or Vampyr. Okay. So... Last time we did a bunch of stuff. Exactly. Help Pembroke to cope with the epidemic. Answer the door! Hey, heavy metal loser.
How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Hey, what up?
Hey, I'm playing the game where I'm a vampire.
Hold on, let me think of a funny joke thing for this.
Hospital are you running? No
Too late.
antiseptics.
You missed your opportunity.
Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow.
With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
Oh, that's kind of spoilers, actually.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war...
Whatever, I'm never
drug
playing Dawn of
shortage was a
Sorrow
daily
anyway.
problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If
No, wait,
combined
no, not
correctly,
spoilers. I'm thinking
certain
of Hero of
household
Sorrow.
chemical
Yeah,
products
like
are used
Arya
in
of Sorrow.
pictures.
Hero of...
Now, where's
Aria
the
of whatever it
hospital
was.
storeroom?
The storm.
It's
Dawn
Arya
of Sorrow was the
Fat
sequel
chance.
on the
This is the
3DS
Pembroke,
just the
and
DS
space
that
is
took out the
luxury
really
we
cool
don't
art style and
have.
replaced it with generic shit.
Everything used to be stored in
So
the
I
old
didn't play it.
morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first.
I liked...
Where is this
I
morgue?
finally played
It's the large building behind the
Aria of
hospital.
Sorrow
You'll need to go in the
not
back
too
door
long
because it's
ago
been
for the
sealed
first
off for
time, and I
sanitary
really
reasons.
liked it.
Take this key.
So much that I went
opens
back
a
to
small
my
back
save
entrance at
file
the end of the
after
narrow
learning
street.
after learning how
The
you're supposed to get the
abandoned
good
morgue behind the
ending,
hospital.
and I went back
Small
and I got
door
the
at
good
end of the
ending.
narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
There's a really good randomizer for it, which also randomizes which souls you need to get for the good ending.
Yeah. I should really play through Aria of Darkness or whatever it is.
It's Aria of Sorrow. You were right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You should just... what you should do is you should play
I'll
the
just leave it.
randomizer.
No, I don't think I should do that at all.
Why not? Come on.
The option of that.
Why not? Come on. Find out who's spying on Thelma. Okay. Let's ask around. Let's talk to people about Thelma.
Yeah, Behemoth is some bullshit.
Oh, person I need to talk to about that is upstairs from the wolf's pit.
You can't. Well, you can solo it, but it's like a huge pain in the dick, and it's super dependent on your other teammates not being dumbasses. So I have not really bothered with it. It's not great. I mean, it's a cool fight and concept, but it's just like I should probably get some actual people together that I actually know and play it, but I will not play it with randos. And then there's the
15
tempered version, which is just fuck right off.
Oh, yeah. Like seriously, where's? So the person I need to talk to is upstairs. But where upstairs? Okay, it's downstairs. Okay, so Somewhere up here.
It's locked, all right.
Like, they want me to do this quest, but I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to go for this quest. Maybe if I go into my room, I'll get a better view of what's going on? No, because that quest marker disappears. Like, okay, so it's 30 meters that way.
Is it on a different floor?
No, it must be. Oh, you know what? It must be in a different building. So if I go outside, then I can go into that building and take a look at it. This is what happens when I play RPGs for the first time with people talking and distracting me. It's like, I have no idea what to do. Oh no. Which is why I was briefly contemplating on like leaving the Discord and being like, maybe that'll help me concentrate better. And then I decided against it because I was like, no, nobody will ever come in here. And then exactly like 25 seconds later, you showed up.
Hooray!
Thelma
Helpful.
Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
So I've been interested in this, but not enough to actually buy it at full price. How is it?
The 2 hours that I've played of it were pretty good. Like, the combat isn't anything, like, super great, but the world of the whole thing seems alright. It's just, it's a very don't nod game. Where it is video gamey as fuck, but it's written relatively well, so you don't really mind too much. Yeah. All right. Okay. So there's upstairs here. Ooh! A thing. I found a watch and 5 shillings. Hell yeah!
I mean, you don't really need a watch, though. It's always dark o'clock.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's fast.
Well, it seems kind of got like a Dark Souls light kind of combat system.
Kind of. You got stamina, and things deplete your stamina. But aside from that,
Yeah.
I forgot that I can just like rip people apart with my claws for a second there. I'm gonna handle part in a
Yeah, that's
bottle.
probably me if I was a vampire too. Like, oh right, I have claws and shit. Yeah, I should.
To be fair, you can only use the claws when you've got some blood available. So it's so I haven't almost no blood on me, so I can't do my vampire shit right now, for the most part. Find the local command post of the guard of Brewen? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay, I have to. Oh no, I have to cross running water. I don't think that's a thing in this. I don't think that's a thing in this game. I think you can cross running water just fine.
I think if there's a bridge, you're okay.
Yeah, that's that's one of those things. Sometimes they can be
thing.
carried over, or other times it's just they can't go through moving water. But if they can get around it some other way.
See, that's a, like kind of a dumb thing because that's not like that's the thing people don't do. Is I'm not gonna wade through a river either.
Yeah,
that's
it's an easy way to. This is an easy way to like fucking drown to death.
Yeah, even in like pretty shallow water, if it's moving quickly, it will sweep you off your fucking feet and you will drown.
Yeah, it's always funny reading history. Like, you know, how did this person die? It's like either they drowned trying to cross a river, or I guess the water they drank wasn't clean enough. Water is the great enemy of man.
Is the greatest enemy of mankind.
So how do these dudes just like? Well, I mean, you straight up attack those guys, but how do they know you're a vampire on sight?
I guess they just assume. They just make an ass out of you and me.
Well, you see, they've been infected with the beast plague, and one of the first symptoms is they have a heightened sense of smell.
Oh, you're getting your ass. Wow, you died.
I did.
Suck. You lost all your souls.
Oh,
Blood
dang.
echoes.
Everyone who has ever drank water has died. Catroy brings up a good point.
Anyone who's ever breathed air has died. Oxygen is the greatest poison.
Ah, dang. Shit, I'm breathing right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised there were some natural boundaries with running water since vampires are supposed to be kind of territorial. Okay, yeah.
Now, in like Bram Stoker's Dracula, the whole deal is he could cross running water, but he had to be on top of Earth from his native land. So he just basically
Filled
his coffin full
with
of dirt and
yeah.
paid a ship to transport his coffin, and just life hacks on life hacks.
Yeah, vampire life hacks is probably be a hell of a thing.
Just vampire life hacks. Need to get into somebody's house, but you can't enter because they haven't allowed you. Try working for like fucking Uber Eats or something.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, God. All right. I did not realize that man was level 18.
You fucking got wrecked.
That man's level 18. I'm level 5.
Yeah, you can take them. You're fine.
Is this
Hey,
one of those
gotta
things
not
where
get
the
hit.
lower number means you're more powerful?
Exactly. Yes, it's like golf. This is RPG golf.
Vampires would be terrible at golf.
Yeah, all that sunlight. Jeez. Remember that episode of Billy and Mandy where Cthulhu was playing golf?
Oh yeah, was that the one where everyone was getting turned into a Lovecraftian monster?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that describes like half the episodes of Billy and Mandy, but yeah.
Did my stream freeze, or are you still loading?
That's still loading.
Oh, okay, there it goes.
So this is, I guess this is pre-patched launch version of Bloodborne with the slow loading times?
Yes, this is exactly that. Yes. So is there a way around?
Tell me a wuss, go get him.
No. I don't have enough blood to take him.
Careful, don't go too far on the bridge, you'll have to fight cleric beasts.
Dang. Can't believe we're still making Bloodborne jokes after all this time. After
So there's like a masquerade mechanic in this game where if you don't look sufficiently vampire-y, other people are just like, hey, person in wandering around in the dark.
No,
You
not
should
really.
probably not be wandering in the dark. Aw, that's stupid.
Well, also I think they assume any rich person wandering around in this area must be like a
That's how they
vampire
know you're
or
a vampire, because
serial
you're exploding
murder.
by running into
Oh, jeez, no wonder these guys kicked my ass. They're level 12. Okay. Ow. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, no, these guys are kicking my ass because they're like. All right, yeah, this side quest is gonna have to like, you know, we're gonna have to put a pin in it. We're gonna have to come back to this one.
Oh, man.
We're just gonna have to come back to that because I did not realize you could see the numbers of the strength of people that you are fighting, and 10 is a much larger number than 5 in the short term of things. And right now I'm thinking in short term of things. Like in the long scheme of things, 5 and 10 are basically the same number, but short term, very different numbers, very large, far apart numbers. Yeah. All right. So let's go to the morgue instead. let's go to the place that the story wants me to go to, and not get murdered by vampire hunters.
Progressing the story, you sell out.
I know, right? Listen, I tried, okay?
You're not
Although-
quite enough vampire yet to take on those regular-ass dudes.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, I just sneak by them pretty easily.
Actually, that's what it is. Being a vampire is like starting New Game Plus, and you basically have all the strength and stamina of a baby, and you have to build yourself back up.
Scour
Yeah.
voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
You have a cool coat, by the way.
Yeah, I like the coat. It's a much larger. It's a much bigger improvement over the shirt I was wearing that was covered in my own blood because I shot myself in the heart, but didn't die because I was a vampire already. That happened. I don't think we're very smart at being he was kind of confused as to what was going on, so he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill myself, shoot myself right in the heart, bam. Why aren't I dead?
Yeah, I saw that bit. I've seen a little bit of this, yeah.
I enjoyed like I said, I enjoyed the 2 hours I played of it, but at the same time, it was only the first 2 hours of a game. And let me tell you, I really enjoyed the first 2 hours of, God, what was it called? I have it, Life is Strange. I really enjoyed the first 2 hours of Life is Strange, and then it just like really shits itself in the final episode. So there's that.
I cannot enter.
Okay, so this is a level 6, which is a similar number to 5. So I'm okay with fighting this guy.
I'm gonna laugh when you get your stupid ass kicked.
Yeah, I am getting my stupid ass kicked anyway.
Surprising
Behavior is similar
dearth
to the
of
infected
vampire
William
jokes.
Bishop. Must be the same strain.
Ikalo, yep. If
The
your name had
sickness
one
moves
more
faster
A
than
and one less
influenza.
O, it would be Kala, which means fish. Okay. Thank you for this wonderful language fact.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Your name is Fish now.
No, my name's Colin.
Fish zombie.
My name is Colin, actually.
That's not
Oh,
a
shit!
person name. That's a
Hi!
pet.
Hi, how's it going? Dang, you're worth a lot of blood.
Wait, isn't he also like a vampire thing?
Yeah,
Is it?
but he's like the guys in the very beginning of the Masquerade, where they're like, yeah, these guys are just fucking animals. Like, go ahead, you can fucking murder them. Nobody gives a shit.
You could say he's a
Is that not
blood
weird to
starved
drink
beast.
Drink their blood? I feel like
That's
it'd
one-
be like drinking expired milk.
That's one of those things that varies in vampire fiction. Sometimes, like, drinking vampire blood is, like, super good for them. Other times, it's super bad. Varies.
Yeah. I would like the
Just all
thing in the
Curdled and sour, it'd just be nasty.
yeah. Isn't it both in Vampire the Masquerade Blood? Yes, because when you drink a vampire's blood in Masquerade,
You become a double vampire.
well,
Balls of
the thing is, you don't become double vampires so much as you
As popular as they are
gain some of the
ineffective.
vampire's consciousness, so you
But
gain
they do
all their
contain
power,
iron target
but at the
that
same
might
time
prove
you
itself
also
useful.
like have part of their consciousness inside you, so you have two people inside the one body, and it's not good. That's not good
That
for
seems like
vampire.
a bad trade-off.
Yeah.
It's like, just go to the fucking gym.
Yeah.
You won't have to put up with some asshole you killed living in your head
Oh yeah,
forever.
yeah. So, and everybody super hates you if you do it because it's a really big taboo. Also, that's the whole thing about that's like the main plot of the asshole in the game is that he wants to drink like this, like a second generation vampire's blood, so that way he can just
Get super powerful.
becomes super duper powerful, and then it turns out you just blow him up, C4 or Jack does. Jack does that
It
for
works
you.
It works a similar way in Warhammer Fantasy. It's like drinking another vampire's blood makes you more powerful. They don't have the consciousness thing. Instead, though, it's like, because it's all about like too much. Vampires are full of dark magic, so too much dark magic will make you crazy.
Okay, so now what if you're
But it's really nutritious.
and you drink vampire blood?
In many versions of the fiction, that's how someone becomes a vampire: is a human drinks a vampire's blood.
Okay, but what if you get like 6 vampires and just put their blood in like a big shaker and mix it all up?
Still turn you into a vampire,
Would you be,
usually.
like 6 different vampires though?
Well, it's one of those. Again, it varies. Like, I mean, a lot of fiction, like Masquerade and Warhammer, they've got the idea of like bloodlines, so that'd probably be screwed up. But I mean, the general idea is that when a vampire makes another vampire, the new vampire is weaker than the previous one. So, like, mixing them up wouldn't have an effect on it, I don't think. I mean, it would be something interesting. I guess someone could explore in fiction.
There are individuals who go around on drinking multiple vampire blood, so they won't be bound to a vampire. Oh, interesting. I never read about that in Vampire the Masquerade, but also the extent of vampire lore I know in that world is mostly limited to
The video game.
the video game, because fuck playing White Wolf's like awful piece of shit RPG.
Huh.
Ow! Bit me! You bit me!
How rude! I was going to bite you.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that.
I wanted to bite you first, you jackass. Okay, stop it. Stop. Quit it.
I need that blood. That's my blood. Give it back.
I am literally trying to eat this man, but he won't let me.
God, some people are so inconsiderate and won't just let you kill them.
Have you tried actually hitting him instead of hitting the air in front of him?
Try shooting where he's going to be instead of where he was.
I still don't know how like that parry thing works, because they're like, you can parry attacks by doing this, and I think I did it once, but like I don't know how I did it. Let's see. This way, I guess.
It's locked.
It's locked. Oh no. Here's an idea. Why don't you use your fucking vampire claws and crush the lock? Break the lock with your vampire claws.
Or just pick the fucking lock. It's real easy to do. Especially
Yeah, or
I
just
imagine
rip
with
the
these
lock off.
Shit-ass 1800s locks. There's probably like a little tough. There's probably like
Well,
a little
this
pin
is-
in there.
This is
I think, 1918, right?
yeah, it's like right after World War One.
Still, probably
It's-
a pretty shitty lock. Probably
also-
not heat treated. Probably like 3 pins in there max.
Yeah, also probably a lot of the locks are... I mean, this is like an abandoned wing, so a lot of those locks probably are from the
Take a
1800s.
tension rod to it and just tap it enough, and that would work. It's probably a shit ass lock. See, that's one thing I learned from lockpicking as a hobby. Is that locks are basically fucking useless.
They're more of a like mental deterrent than
They're
anything.
a mild inconvenience.
Wasn't it with like most security systems? The whole point is to make it inconvenient enough that
Yes.
a criminal goes after something else.
You will never completely secure anything. If somebody wants to get somewhere, they will get there if they have enough knowledge.
I don't like
Best
this
you do-
man.
No.
Yeah,
Teleports-
because like, and even if you think like, oh, I'll just hire guards, it's like, well, even if we have the money to afford the guards, then that in itself is an issue.
The absolute best thing you can do in any given situation is make it inconvenient enough that whoever either gives up or that takes enough time that they get caught. Like, there are so many videos on YouTube of just like the best security systems in the world, and some guy will take like a fucking piece of cardboard and defeat it. It's ridiculous.
This guy is an asshole. Jesus Christ. Oh, good. I killed him.
Those master locks you buy in the store
These
are
scars can be
hilariously terrible.
I'm
You
not
can just
sure
like
I can defeat them without
put a
becoming
little tension on it
stronger.
and tap it with a hammer, and that pin will just pop right
Drink
out.
blood
They're
is
stupid
so
dumb.
tempting.
Yeah, I figure anything you don't buy from a specialty store is probably worthless
Sodium hypochlorite.
against anyone who knows what they're
Dangerous to
doing.
administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Very rich blood sample, +2.
There was like a review of a bike lock on YouTube that I watched the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an expensive ass bike lock. It was like marketed as being unpickable. It's unpickable. It's unbreakable. It's made with Kevlar. And the dude took a $10 pair of tin snips from the Home Depot and just cut through it in 2 seconds.
Wasn't that also like a classic? That's something that always pops up in like, you know, heist movies. It's like, oh, the door in the vault is indestructible, so we're just gonna tunnel under it or go around it. Like, same thing applies with locks. You just, if you can't get through the lock, you cut the chain.
Yeah. Now you're a little bit more conspicuous walking around with a pair of bolt cutters than you are with a like tin snips in your pocket.
True.
But again, you can like legitimately pick a lot of just like household locks with a paper clip and a screwdriver. Just
They
bend
made-
it. Just put a little tiny hook on the end of the paper clip. Put a little bit of tension in the key with the screwdriver and just rake that shit. Just fucking rake the lock. You'll probably pick it in under a minute.
Also, you have to ask, so many locks are unpickable, but how many of them are unpo-
I would bet 90% of just like common doorknob locks that you get and just have on your home can be like just raked with under a minute. I would put money on it.
Really, a better security system is just getting a big dog who likes to bark at strange noises.
Or a little dog. Or any kind
those
of
two.
dog. Or just something that'll make a lot of noise. Have a creaky fucking floor. Or just have like
Yeah.
a little, just like go get a security camera. It doesn't have to be a good one. Just like have it out
Mr.
there, have it
Connor's
like visible,
injuries
like,
don't
hey, you're on
match the
fucking
report.
camera. And most people will be
I'd
like,
better look into
oh,
this.
well, fuck that. I'll go rob a different house that doesn't have a camera.
Yeah, and it's, well, that's also the thing is, in that case, you want the cameras to be conspicuous.
Right.
I found a new weapon that lets me directly absorb blood. So I'm gonna equip that. I'm gonna equip that. I'm gonna equip the thing that just lets me take blood.
I bet it would probably be cheaper just to get those big, black semi spheres that they use in convenience stores and other places
Mm-hmm.
with to cover security cameras. Probably just get a bunch of those instead, and everyone will think that you have cameras. And
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure anyone who's like professional burglar probably can tell the difference at this point between a house that like actually has cameras and one that's just front.
We have like
I'm
a
sure they do the
camera
research.
built into their into our doorbell, so We have that
Yeah.
at least.
I mean, just like have some decent. Like you can go for like $300. You can just go to the fucking Best Buy and get like an Arlo and a couple cameras, and just put them around your house so that's like most of your outside is covered, and you're good. You're pretty well good because anyone with their salt will either see that and fucking leave, or they don't see them and then you have their shit on camera.
Yeah, so my sister has at her place, and she's got cameras, and it sends like anytime someone comes by, it sends the video right to her phone.
Yeah, that's the kind that we've got. Man, I really like this thing that's just like, hey, you can just absorb blood by hitting people. That's good. It's
So what do you like? Are you licking the end of the machete like Vamp? What are you doing with that? How does that work?
I don't even know, but
That's what I'm going to assume now. You're just licking the machete as you cut people with it, and it's super gross. 'Cause you're getting also like little bits of coat in there, and you're gonna like hack up a hairball later. It's gonna be really nasty. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like coat and bits of flesh and congealed blood. It's gonna be gross as hell.
Stop it. Stop it.
No.
You're disgusting me.
You're licking blood off a machete, dude.
Man, remember when Vamp was like, when they introduced Vamp, Ryan was like, so do they call him Vamp because he licks blood off his knife, and Snake is like,
because of his sex.
no, Snake's like, what? No, it's because he's bi.
I should investigate.
But also
If
because
they
of the
were to
blood
find
thing.
something-
Yeah, and also because of the blood thing, but mostly because he's bi.
He was bisexual. Him being a vampire was just a happy coincidence. Made it so that they didn't have to think of a better name.
Exactly. Let's...
Also, they cast him in like a couple like office plays, and he like really overacts.
Vamp was like in his previous life, he was one of those dudes who would like at the grocery store would grab a cucumber and be like, "Look, it's my dick."
I think he had a little bit more class than that. Like he would. I mean,
he absolutely
when he was
did
trying
not
to
have
pick
a
up
little
people-
more staff than that. Are you kidding?
No,
It's
I mean
Vamp.
like, he would.
He literally
no, I
walked
mean-
around with a sword sheath in place of his cock. Come on.
No. What I mean is like, sure, when he was trying to pick people up at the grocery store, he would be holding a cucumber suggestively, but he would never be quite that gauche to just say, "Yeah, this is my."
Okay, I'll give you that.
And he would talk a really long time about fermentation and pickling.
I was literally about to say he'd just be like, "Hey, you want to come over to my house and make some pickles?" Oh wait, I gotta say it with this stupid accent. You want to come over to my house and make some pickles? That's the accent he had, right? I can't remember. It's been a long time.
My house.
Make some pickles.
He had generic Eastern European
And then he would lick the
accent.
cucumber.
And then he would put it back, and
yes,
he wouldn't pay for it.
Sometimes he would bite the tip a little bit.
Kind of look over at you and like do the eyebrow wiggle. Do you get it? The cucumber is a penis.
No, I get it, Vamp. It's my penis specifically. I get it, Vamp.
Yes.
I'm telling
It's
you
your
to come to my.
penis, oh, yes. Now watch me rub them together.
He's the kind of guy who much like
These
much like-
walnuts are my balls.
much like Doctor
It's lost.
Captain Hammer would be like,
No
"The
wait, these potatoes.
the hammer is my penis."
It's a leech! Kill it!
What are you doing all the way over here? What? You're level 10. This is not fair. Why are you guys all the way over here?
Kind of kicking his ass pretty good. Oh, hello, friend.
Yeah, that happened. That's why I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of unfair. There we go. Hey, I killed them both.
Vamp would be like the dude who goes to the grocery store and just buys like weirdly sexual things and that alone. And he's just like, you know, like he's good. He's like lining shit up on the conveyor belt at the end of the store, and it's like cucumbers, some yogurt, whipped cream,
Bananas.
What kind of playstyle are we
condoms.
going for? I don't know yet. I literally just started the game.
The one where he doesn't die repeatedly.
Best turn around,
Yeah,
Department
that would be
Beauty.
nice.
Condoms, like
Stay
lube
alive.
if it's. What?
Leech spotted.
It's like a Walmart would
Watch
have
out,
lube
boys.
because it's fucking Walmart.
Yeah. No, we completely do.
And then he would just be like eyeing the cashier the whole time. And he purposely picked out the hottest cashier and just be doing the miles that we the whole fucking time.
No,
Vamp would be
Vamp's the kind of guy who would play what three things would freak out the cashier the most.
So I feel like doing that at Walmart is cheating because you can just like straight up buy like a
No,
gun.
are you kidding? Walmart is actually hard mode because we are so numb and void to anything that you would buy, anything that you buy, that you have to find like very specific things that the cashier is actually going to be like, wait, really?
Hell, Walmart cashiers react to being punched like the guards at Groznygrad when Volgin and Rykov comes around.
Yes, they just salute and they're like, thank you, sir, may I have another?
Okay, now I'm actually trying to think out. Let's see. All right.
You can just put out anything that, you can just, if the first thing you say is condom, it's like,
Okay.
no, dude,
No.
stop trying.
First thing, bicycle pump.
Okay.
Second thing.
Imagine if you want to freak some out, get a bunch of stuff for like kids, and then also get like a whole lot of pet carriers.
No, it has to be three things. That's the game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like pet carriers, and then like baby food and diapers or something.
Keeps hitting me. There we go. Killed him. I'm actually doing fairly well, considering these guys are like twice my level, and I probably should not be here.
It's your life leeching.
Okay,
Whatchamacallit?
Yeah. That's
So, bicycle pump,
Mm-hmm.
lubrication, rubber tubing.
I still think baby food, diapers, and pet carrier is.
That would
Is
that
that-
would probably get someone. That wouldn't get me, but that would get someone.
Like, the game is what can you do to make the cashier call the police?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Don't know. I like one person's answers. Donut holes, donuts, glue.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I'm trying to find my way into this building.
God,
That's
this would
the
be
thing
so
is-
much easier if Walmart sold sex toys.
They have cucumbers,
Mm,
bananas, whipped cream.
Down, it was over this way? I don't know where I'm supposed to go inside here.
Okay, well, what if it was condoms, glue, and thumbtack?
See, because, like, I feel like saying condoms is basically easy mode. Because you're just outright stating that it's a sex thing.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing. He's like,
No,
yeah,
you're just supposed to freak them out. You're not supposed to think oh man, this guy's perverted.
Eh.
They're the wrong kind of perverted, not the good, healthy, red-blooded American kind of perverted.
Exactly. Exactly. The fuck is this pharmacy? Okay, so like, they want me to go into the pharmacy. This wants some manufacturing, woodworking, ironwork. Yeah, okay.
Well, I imagine in many areas of the country, if you try to buy like a Quran or a Spanish Bible at the Walmart, they'll probably get the police called on.
Oh god, okay, so this guy's level 14. And he's actually level 16? Oh, okay, bye, nope, you gentlemen have a very lovely time. I'm going away forever now. So, see ya, so long,
Sir,
farewell.
I didn't realize you were...
I didn't realize you guys
Very
were.
dangerous.
I didn't realize that you guys were there. So, yeah. So, note to self: side quests are for much later in the game, apparently.
These ones, at least.
This guy I can probably take. He's only level 9.
Die, vermin!
I wish I was level 9.
Yeah, so do I right now. Oh,
Level
shit,
9 ape. Isn't that just a human being?
Shit, that leech is fast!
Man, this weapon seems to be really good. I mean, life stealing lets you fight people who are twice your life.
Yeah. This thing lets me basically. Oh, what? Oh, okay. He interrupted my attack. Ah, shit.
How dare he not let you hit him and drain all his blood?
I know, right? This is fucking
Very rude.
extremely
All I
rude of
want
him.
is all your fluids.
Not even all the fluids,
Life
just his
stealing.
blood. He can keep his urine and saliva.
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that that area doesn't exist until I'm a much higher level and can actually survive. Like, you can take him. Come on, no. Listen, I know you guys love to goad me into like fighting things that I'm obviously not going to win against, but I'm gonna tell you straight up right now. No, go fuck yourself.
Ah, come on, go get him, fish boy.
Eh. This way.
A little low on health there.
I am a little low on health here, and I need blood in order to fix that. I can see why
I cannot enter.
a whole
Did you have a
mechanic of
vampire's sense?
I can see why a whole mechanic of this game is like eating people to gain experience really quickly, because that's actually really tempting, even though I'm trying not to do that.
It's locked.
It's locked. Okay, fine. Where the fuck am I supposed to go then, Mr. Man? Hey, I could dig through this
Like
trash.
many windows.
I found a lead stick in the trash can.
Okay. Bit weird.
Yeah. Oh, I was going the wrong way. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I was going the wrong way. Senses. L3. Toggle to citizen. Oh wait, I see an unknown person here. With an unknown blood quantity. Rather.
Quantity of blood. All of it.
I didn't talk to you.
Good
Okay.
evening, sir. Can I help you?
Hello,
Unless you're here
sir.
to
How
fix
is your
my
blood?
face. No.
How would
On
you
a scale of
describe
1 to
your-
10, how
Dr.
highly
Reed,
would you rate your
I've recently
blood?
taken the position
Would you
of
describe
head
yourself
surgeon.
as spicy or
War
mild?
injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German
Did you
shell
say
took
your
my
blood is
pretty
rich
little
and
mug
yet
right off,
light?
But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
What is that Japanese word? Umami? Whatever, the savory
How
kind?
close are you to Miss Hawke?
Would you say your blood is like
Are
that?
you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still
This guy's kind of
beautiful.
depressing.
Living proof that there's
Hit 'em.
hope for me.
Nah.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's
His
only
stomach is
supping a
kind of
few
clipping through
drops
his
of
gown
blood.
there.
And the pain, it's real for once.
Why do you think he's in the hospital?
Decide to bite less
He's got
willing
horrible clipping
patients.
disease.
Then it's
Highly
another good
contagious.
reason
Oh,
for me
jeez.
to stay
Ah!
here, Doctor.
You do realize
I'm
she's
afraid that the
mentally
whole
disturbed.
planet is about to
It's
come
called
down
the
with a
Cotton
case of
syndrome.
explosions.
She truly believes
Which means
she's
I'm
a
going to blow it
vampire.
up.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly,
I will say this,
If I could,
overall, I think I like the cooler
I'd
movies
join
the
our
best out of the
world.
DBZ abridged
It
movies,
seems much
but
more
I
fun
like,
than the real
but
world.
I think Broly has the best quality from the moment Broly transforms on.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you surf?
Before
I
Broly
really
transforms is
don't
kind of
wanna
like
talk
slow, and it's
about
like,
all this shit.
No offense.
I know where this is going,
I was
just get
pushing
to
too
it.
much. I served in
Yeah.
France myself.
I mean, that's how it feels watching
just
the
wanted to know
actual
what
movie, to
happened.
be honest.
You were an officer, weren't you?
I've only.
Then I doubt
I
we
think the
fought
only
same
DBZ
wars.
movie I've seen is the first Cooler
No
movie.
offense.
I mean,
I
from
was
what I
always
can
good with
tell,
that.
it's one of the better
Oh, it's
ones to
bliss.
watch.
You can
I
skip.
just escaped death
basically
in the
all of them.
trenches to be surrounded
Yeah,
again
I
by
know
the
that. That's
members of
again,
the
that, like I said, is from what I've gathered. Like
why you're a patient
the
here.
only ones
the
people
pain,
seem to really
sir.
care about are like the Broly
Drugs
ones
don't
and the
work.
Actually,
Cooler
the
ones.
early ones,
It
when it
just
was
hurts
still
under
closer to
the
Dragon
scars,
Ball,
if you
are
get my drift.
okay. You can watch them. They're fairly decent, actually.
Can I do anything for your pain?
But like
Nurses gave me
the
a
other
bunch of
ones,
pills.
anything like post Vegeta, it's
No
just
effect.
garbage.
Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning
Except the new
away.
ones that they did for Super. Those are
Who's
alright.
treating
Those
you?
are actually pretty good.
Is someone in particular looking?
Well,
after you?
I've just
Nobody
watched
since
the
old
Super
retired
episodes
doctor
instead.
spoke to me.
Hmm.
Started to think I was forgotten about.
No, I watch the movies rather
blame
than the
you. You
don't
episodes
seem
because,
worried
you
by
know,
that.
The
I fucking
face
hate
hurts
filler.
so much more when I smile or cry. I've
Also,
learned
the
it's
animation
easier
quality was a
not
lot
to
better.
speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Are you still talking to this asshole? I was looking at other things entirely. Is he still complaining? I'm sad.
Oh no,
because
my
I'm pain.
my face got burned and I'm in constant pain. Oh boo hoo! Life is so horrible. Let's see. Did I unlock any other like?
Dr. Aykroyd, I saw.
Yeah, you might have seen Dr. Ackroyd. Yeah, Dr. Waverly Ackroyd.
I guess calling him Dr. Wavery Acula was a bit too on the.
I actually was thinking maybe it was a low-key Ghostbusters reference.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I think it's just his
I mean, like,
name.
Aykroyd is just like a fucking name, but yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
So this lady thinks that she's a vampire.
Rich, vibrant.
She is mistaken.
Tell me, Thelma.
Well, how would you know? You're
why
only
do you
what
feel
2
so attached
hours
to
into the
Mr.
game.
Atwood? Why
Because we know that she's not a vampire because we are a
I'm
vampire.
not sure, Doctor. I think we
As-
have a
I think that's how that
bond of
works.
some sort.
She doesn't seem to know exactly what the whole deal of being a vampire is, but then again, we've only been a vampire for a day, so...
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
You could probably eat a few of the less useful people. No! No!
Would you say
I don't wanna
you
eat
and
anybody.
Make her a vampire just like for
romantically
laughs?
involved?
No. No, Thomas
be
is a
fun.
delicate soul,
Me?
even though he disguises it. But I am
I just saw
the
this
woman
great
he needs.
meme on another Discord channel. It's 75% of a Finnish park ranger's job is rescuing metal bands that get lost shooting
Tell me,
album
Thelma,
cover.
what do
Presumably the
you
other
really know
25%
about
is raking the
vampires?
I
forests.
saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a
This
vampire?
lady kind of looks like a young
Here
Joan
in
Jett.
London?
Yes. And it has been the
This lady
answer
kind
to
of looks
my
like Helena
pain.
Bonham
I
Carter.
must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth?
So did,
Strange things live
God,
in
what's
the
his
dark, Dr.
fucking
Reed.
name?
Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
What is the asshole's name now? I can't remember it. That one director.
Yeah,
I'll leave
I'm
you
blanking on him
mistress of
too.
the dark.
The one who's
Yeah.
married to Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh!
Yeah, did he ever get his
Tim
threesome with
Burton.
the? Yeah, did Tim
Burton
Burton never get his threesome with Johnny Depp?
I wonder. Maybe. Who knows? And also, since I've been taking on... maybe I should wait till I get more blood. Maybe I should get more blood before...
Eat an orange and drink some water. You'll be fine.
Well, I see another unknown person that I have not talked to. Hey, you! Tell me your
Good evening,
shit!
nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is
Oh,
Pippa
medical
Hawkins.
nurse.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea.
I'm
has
definitely
recently
not a
offered me
vampire.
position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism.
$10
that
this
your help
lady
will
has
be
like severed
appreciated,
limbs in her
Doctor.
basement.
How would you
Banking
describe
on
the
that one right
situation
now.
at Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff
She's
and
like,
patients.
oh, I'm so kind
We are
and
running
pure.
out of everything.
And then you go to their house and it's like, her lamps are made out of human.
Nurse
Her
Hawkins,
lampshades are
the
made out of
Spanish
human
flu
leather.
won't last forever.
And
Even
it's
the
like a
Black
fucking
Plague didn't
xylophone
kill
made out of
everyone.
ribs.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was
That's the
worse?
vibe I get immediately.
What if in the end,
Is anyone else
nobody
getting
was
that?
spared?
It's just
Eh.
me.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have
Because,
you
like,
been a nurse?
just by
Well, long
talking to
enough to
people,
see
you
that the
unlock
epidemic
stuff,
is
so I'm trying
And no
to...
matter how
And
qualified you
by
are,
unlocking
don't
stuff, you
tell me
actually
to
get
change
more
that.
experience points if you decide to chow down on them.
You'd be surprised what
That's
dedication
kinda fucked
can
up.
achieve, Nurse Hawkins.
Yeah.
In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away
I have-
from a miracle.
Now that I know you well enough,
Sorry,
I know what
Doctor.
wine to
I
pair
don't
with
want
your
to
blood.
sound big,
Exactly.
but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke
Like,
staff
I know that there's an
coping with the
achievement for
epidemic?
trying to
Not
get for
well.
going through the whole game without
Milton, the
eating
ambulance
anybody, but
driver, is
that's
even
not
more
the
grumpy
reason
than
why I'm
usual,
going through it. I kind of want to
especially
see,
concerning doctors.
like,
Why
the-
is
the
Milton
whole-
grumpy on on a daily
good ending,
basis.
I suppose,
Is it just an
versus
act?
bad ending.
Milton's not the kind
You
of
know
man
what was
who's bothered
fucking
about a
stupid?
bad reputation.
In like
Whether he
Bioshock, they
deserved it or not.
tried to play it up like it was like a hard moral choice. Oh, you
Why
can
does Milton
kill
dislike
the little
Dr.
sisters
I don't
and make
know.
the game
Just
easier,
ask
or
him.
you can be a nice guy that'll make the
But
game
be
harder, and
warned.
it ended up being like a
Milton is not the
30-point difference in the end.
What I remember most about Bioshock
Goodbye.
was that it's actually easier to go through the game not killing any of the little sisters,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, because you get like better. You get like they give you better powers
Yeah.
for not killing them. They're like every 3 you don't kill, you get a package of a bunch of atoms.
Yeah, it's like you get less Adam overall in the game, but
I think
like,
it's
you get
literally
m-
just like a 30-point difference.
Good evening,
though.
nurse.
It's ridiculous.
well, yeah,
I'm Dr.
if
Jonathan
it's
Reed,
one, it's a
the
30-point
new
difference.
surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Two,
Dr.
it's
Swansea
a
has already told us
like
about you, sir.
you get more stuff by
I
not
asked
killing
Willis
them
Banner.
anyway. So in the end, that
Welcome to the
30-point
Pembroke
difference
Hospital.
ends up
Did he really?
skewing in your favor
It's a
if
good
you
thing
play
I
a good
wasn't
guy.
hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with
Bioshock
this
was one of those
unexpected
games that, like,
notoriety.
You must
was
know,
impressive
blood transfusions are
for
Dr.
about
Swansea's
a
primary
year
subject of
after it came
research.
out.
He is convinced it is the future.
Yeah.
Went on too long, and it
How
was
are
good at the
things?
time,
Not
but it's
good, to
just
say
been
the
eclipsed
least.
so
You're
badly
struggling
that it's
against
hard.
an
It just
invisible enemy,
Not to mention,
more
like, the
lethal than any
follow-up,
bullet from a gun. It's
was
hard.
what if communism is bad, and then the follow-up to that
An
is
invisible
what if
enemy.
slavery
What
is
if-
bad, but also what
But
if you
also-
rise up against your slavers, you are also bad.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yeah, what if
think
slavery is
you've been
bad, but what if the
exhausted.
slaves deserve
We could all
it? Is
do with a
kind
good
of what
night's sleep.
they're ended up being for that.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying
have
to
to
hold
violently
It's like
oppress
what
these
if
people, or
what if
we'll-
capitalism
we'll all
like
kill them.
the thing of it is
Some
the
nurses
the
have
way
already
the
resigned.
lessons that we learned from Bioshocks, all 3 Bioshocks are what if capitalism
familiar with
what if
all the
capitalism is bad?
Perhaps you could help me.
What if
Brilliant professionals,
communism is bad?
most of them.
What if nationalism is
Dr.
bad? But
Swansea has
also, what if
pretty
rising
tough.
against nationalism is
Most-
bad?
I think it'd be like they were kind of anarchists. So yeah, it's like what if every ideology is equally bad?
Is there anyone that stands
What if
out?
people were bad?
I
Preposterous.
have never met someone as dedicated.
Well, it's
to
more
like
like the question asking,
He
what
should
if
be a
what
standard
if
for
all
us all
people
here.
are equally bad?
If only
It's
he
like
were young.
Bioshock
Why
Infinite's
should
like
his age
one hand's
be
like I would like
I
to
guess
own
it's fair to
people,
say
and
he's
the other
always
person's like
pushing
I would
himself
like
to
to
the
punch the
limits.
guy who owns me in
He
the
just
face.
doesn't
And
know
Bioshock's
when
like
to
these
stop
two
and
things
get
are
some
equally
rest.
bad.
These 2 things are the same.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know
I
something,
hate that
please
game so
tell me.
much.
Anything
I
you
think
say,
it's the best
tell
playing
the
Bioshock, but it does have some
yeah, I
issues
was
with the
I'm
story.
enjoying it until that
Agree with some
fucking
conduct.
twist
But in
came
the
up, and
end,
it's like,
everybody is doing their best.
God damn it,
Which one?
Bioshock Infinite.
Which twist?
The one where the
The oppressed people turn out to be
the
just
literal
as bad.
slave cast of the fucking
Oh,
city
that one. Yes.
start shooting everyone in his parade. Like, well, that's pretty rude of them.
Oh, there's plenty of other terrible twists as well.
Oh yes, but that's the big,
I mean, I
really
think-
offensive, stupid one that I hated the most.
That
Well,
one's
really-
the most offensive, but I think
Good
the
evening,
one
sir.
where it turns out like all
I'm
the
Dr.
events of
Jonathan Reed.
Bioshock were
I'm
also
new.
caused
I've already heard
by
about you, Dr.
like
Reed.
the
I'm
people in
Milton
Bioshock
Ross,
Infinite
the
is
ambulance driver for
like
the shit over
worse
the
writing.
No,
Quite a blunt.
no, that's
much
not the that's not
lazier.
the
You can call
twist.
me
The
Milton.
twist is that is that Rapture is just a version of
I'm not sure.
Yes.
I
with the
understand.
That's
fucking-
so stupid.
Well, I'm no doctor.
I
but
think
I'm
what
pretty
the
sure a gun
ideal
can't be used
solution
as a
would have
search
been,
engine.
like,
You
the
have a keen
centrist
eye.
solution that would have made everyone
learned to
happy
shoot
with
during
Columbia,
the war.
is that if both
Carry
sides
on
just
with
enslaved
necessity.
the Irish.
Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a
Like-
better gun,
Like
remember,
that's
I may have
such a
something for you.
lazy thing to do with the story.
I'd like to see your
whoa,
goods.
there,
Wise choice,
it's in
Dr.
both
Reed. A
places,
reliable
and then they
gun
did the
for everybody
the
in
DLC, which is much worse written than.
Well, and also part of the
Infinite
point of the
itself.
DLC was to, like, retcon out Bioshock 2 because Ken Levine or whatever wasn't involved with that.
Yes, I know.
So it's like he was, like, trying to address complaints people had with Infinite, but not really, and also, like, totally ignore to.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to
Like,
save...
it ends with Elizabeth dying to save the little girl that you
How is
meet
the
in
situation
Bioshock
around
1.
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's
I
getting
remember I
worse
didn't
every
actually
day.
play the DLC because I had the.
So what do you
I
do
actually
exactly
bought the
in this
DLC for
hospital?
like $3
Apart
on a
from
sale
smuggling
once.
guns.
Uh-huh.
And I was
I've
like,
been
oh,
an
I'm gonna
ambulance
play it,
driver
and maybe
since
the
too long, I
gameplay
guess.
will still be good, but the
I'll bring
story
sick
won't be
people here night
jank
and
ass
day.
stupid.
It's a
No,
dirty job,
no, I was.
but I get
No,
it.
the
still
story's still
awful
jank ass
stupid.
stupid. And they also
But
like to
Didn't
they
finish the
they
first part of the DLC, but I wanted to see how dumb it
It's
could
a
get,
complete
and so the
It's even getting
second
dangerous when
DLC
there's
ends
some
with you
streets or
getting a
buildings.
lobotomy in
Even
first
the
person,
locals attack you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It sounds like things have
and
been a
it's
bit rough
really,
recently.
really awful.
What's happened?
I like the fact
Like,
that
What can we do that's
I
really
escaped from the
edgy?
hospital's garden, but I lost
What
I
my
like-
can
wallet
we
when I
do
was
to
running.
gross people
You
out?
left.
And they'd already
Outside
justified
the
slavery, so
hospital.
they didn't really have a
That's
lot left they
incredibly
could do.
dangerous.
Go there
To
yourself
be
if you
edgy.
want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Oh, fucking Christ. It's bad.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not?
I think that
I've
the
already been
video
attacked by
game
police,
writers
you
should
know.
just stop trying to
And by
have
gang members
messages
willing to
because
steal
they're
my money.
idiots.
But you're not
And they should
defending
just
yourself.
stop.
You're
They should
selling
just stop.
guns to
Stop doing that.
civilians.
You keep people alive your own way.
No
Doctor.
more
I
morals.
offer them
No more
another way to
messages.
take their
They're not smart enough to
Why do
communicate
you have
ideas
such a
with people.
mediocre reputation
It's
among your
embarrassing.
colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen.
Just
since
have
working
Mario
there.
jump on a
This city
thing.
was
That's all
sick
you
long
need.
before the epidemic,
I like
I know
that
it's
the
a difficult
that the first
task.
Bioshock
Correct me
DLC
if I'm wrong.
was like,
Is this
hey,
not the
we're
job you are
gonna
paid
shove
to
in
do?
Sander
I've seen
Cohen because
babies
people
left
like
to die
Sander
while
Cohen
their
in the
brothers
first
were
game,
properly
right?
fed.
And the thing about Sander
Underage
Cohen
girls
was that
and
it
boys
worked
sold
because
to
it was
all manner
weird
of
and
perverts.
fucked up
I'm sorry,
because it
I
just
don't
came
know
out
what
of
to say.
nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And
We lack
when you're
words.
just like super
Excuse me
duper
if I
laying
do
on
look
thick,
on the
hey,
bright side
hey,
of
you're
life.
gonna go see Sander Cohen. Isn't that so cool? You're gonna go see Sander fucking Cohen. That's
Goodbye,
the whole
Doctor.
point of this first half of the DLC. It's like, you're like, no, stop. That's not how anything works.
I especially like in how so in Bioshock 1, it was implied that Xander Cohen just had been driven completely fucking insane by the whole rapture thing. But apparently no, he was just always like
He was
that.
always like that.
He was just always
He was just
would
always a
straight up kill
weirdo.
people
He was always just a
for his
weirdo who would
shows, and
kill.
everyone just kind of accepted that for
Yeah.
some fucking reason.
Yeah, like why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
Good evening.
Well,
I'm
they
Dr.
are
Reed.
super libertarians.
Can
and
I
like,
help at all?
well, if you
Really?
didn't want to get
Why
electrocuted,
are you
you
here?
probably shouldn't have gone to the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
you
think
didn't
it's-
read the
Suppose
fine
that this
print.
pain is the
Yes.
reason
A
you're
little
here.
microscopic fine print.
Is
If
someone
you go
taking
to the
care
show,
of
Xander Cohen will electrocute your dick right
Could
off.
you at least tell me your
Yeah.
name, sir?
I like that Bioshock 2 explains that they brought a bunch of libertarians, but also a socialist, but just one. Like
Just the one.
Just as a joke, basically. They're just
How
like, yeah, and
painful
she can
is
come
this,
as well.
Mr. Goswick?
Like, why not?
Wasn't she like? Didn't she pretend she wasn't a socialist or something? And she was.
No,
I'm sure
no,
you
she
would-
explicitly
No.
got an invitation,
Patient have to
even though that is
communicate, sir.
completely against Andrew
Would it
Ryan's
help?
No, she
character.
asked. She asked to go. She wasn't invited, but she
Okay,
like
she
was
asked to
like,
go and
I
sit-
want to
and-
come
It's
and
not just
and-
your
and-
fault.
It's
Andrew
like
Ryan
a-
was
Ryan
like,
would be like, "This will be fucking hilarious."
and Andrew
Yeah.
Ryan was like,
Yes.
okay, sure, and then he let her, he
Something
continued to let her live when when she became more popular than he did for a little while, and it's like, what, this is completely
How
out of
painful
character
is your
for
throat, Mr. Goswick?
for Andrew Ryan, because Andrew Ryan killed like his fucking wife or whatever
I'll let you get
just
some rest.
for the fact that she had a baby.
Well,
No,
and
I
she
can
sold
actually
the baby.
accept that Andrew Ryan would see it as like a personal fucking challenge that he has to defeat this lady on her own terms because libertarianism cannot be defeated. It can only be.
It cannot
failed or
fail.
whatever.
It can only be. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like every libertarian, he
And then eventually
thinks that
just
he's
like
a
fuck
master
it and
debate.
just locks her up. Just like he flips the table and
evening,
goes
madam.
home.
Can I help you?
Yeah,
my son
like
who needs
they
it.
explained that she
I'm
came
Dr.
down
Jonathan
because she
Reed.
was like,
How can
you
I
guys
help
need a
sir?
counselor.
I'm Beatrice Goldman.
God damn it!
I guess
remember
she's
they-
the
remember
only
later
one.
her- I remember they
You check
literally
on
named her
Dr.
Lamb.
Yes,
I heard
her name
much
is
of your
Sophia
Yep.
practice as a
Lamb.
physician.
Fucking
Well, knowing Ryan, she probably
Can you tell me
didn't
about yourself?
like. She probably was the
Not
one
much
that
to
wanted the
say.
lowest salary, and
Just
that's
take
why
care
he
of my
got
Legionnaire
her.
and I'll
He just
cover
was
all
thinking
the
about cost.
That's all that matters.
Maybe she's like, she doesn't like unions, and he's like, that's good enough.
Are
Like, you know,
really that way?
Eh.
that's all you
Most
need.
of the patients here are of a more humble.
But like,
Well, I
he lets a
imagine
little
so.
fucking communist in Rapture, and he's like, "Yeah,
I know, it's
I
I can
hilarious.
cover any need
I
of
made
my
Rapture
fellow
because I wanted to
citizens.
get away from the communists. That's why I specifically
May I
allowed a
ask if you
communist
have
to
To
be
be
here."
fair,
Mrs. Goswell?
to be fair, Andrew
Taxation
Ryan
and staff
is-
jumps in the
I
fucking
teach
ocean.
young women
To be
become
fair,
more
he is an
ambitious about their
idiot.
futures
So,
than their
like,
families.
you know, maybe it's fine.
What do
Maybe
you
that's
think
all
of
the
this
characterization you need. He's
Anything
just a
left?
I have
dumbass.
had the uttermost
That's what
reservations about
libertarianism is.
possible
That's
Is
actually-
the ideology
But
that
we had
people
no
who
other
buy
choice,
into capitalist
considering the state of
propaganda
emergency.
come up
Is
with.
there something in
See,
particular?
here's
Were
the
they-
thing that
Some
I
of the
actually
staff
like
are
about
not especially
Bioshock,
welcoming.
and I am
I suspect
100%
they're not
sure it's
accustomed to dealing with
accidental,
patients of such
is that
social
everyone
standing.
in that fucking city is a gigantic
Tell me
dumbass.
more about your arrival at
Like,
Pembroke Hospital.
People always talk about plot
What gave
holes
you
and
such a
things.
bad
Like, sometimes...
The
Aphrodite,
ambulance driver
my
was
goddess, she told me to make things sound
And that nurse
symmetrical.
seems to have quite
Aphrodite.
dubious attitude.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
like
She managed to
sometimes
secure a bed
all
for
the
her
explanation
son
of plot
despite
hole
the
needs is like,
epidemic.
maybe
It
they
was
were
relief.
just dumb.
But it was
There's not a single person in the city of Rapture who does not make the worst possible decision
And I
at
paid
any
without
given moment.
question, considering
They
the
already live
emergency.
in
You
like
could
an
German
underwater city without
I
food,
share your
like
concern,
and
Mrs.
supplies.
Goswell.
Like they're
Be
not
sure
they're
that
not
I'll
doing
talk
well.
The
to
only
them.
way out
I
is
don't
like
expect compensation,
a
Dr.
bathysphere, and then they're
But I'm
in the
aware
little
such
fucking.
behavior would not be tolerated in
You have
other
to like, okay,
hospitals.
so let's say there's a catastrophic failure of Rapture, and you have to get out. One, there aren't like escape pods or nothing. There's
No.
you have to like make your way to the transport terminals, in which the bathyspheres are like. There's only 2 or 3 that can go out at a time, so you're just completely fucked right there, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
I like that at the beginning of Infinite, you have to go to a lighthouse to get to Columbia because there was a lighthouse in Bioshock, and that's the only reason. And then they explain that later. They explicitly say, like, you have to go to a lighthouse first to go to
There's
the
always a
Bioshock
lighthouse.
adventure.
There's always a life house.
There's always a lighthouse, and it's
Okay.
like, shut up. This
Now
is
what
so
okay,
stupid.
Here's the thing bothers me about Infinite, besides all the other things. So in the game, it's implied that Columbia is actively being hunted by the
you
U.S.
need any help?
government.
Afraid I may, sir.
They can't find it because it moves around all the time.
Correct.
But
You
when
are
you
not a
go
burden,
to the
sir.
lighthouse, it just shows
Healing
up
you is my
instantly. So is
responsibility.
it just
And you have
always
my
around the
gratitude.
lighthouse, or is it really fast?
Well, it moves around and gets supplies. They
need
mentioned
any
that like
Thank
they
you, Dr.
that's how they
Reed, but
got
you've done enough.
If you go there at all
like
times, you just have
prison
to, like,
labor.
sit in the lighthouse for 3 days or something.
How painful.
It's
Presumably.
not supposed to, they say it doesn't like ever really dock anymore, but it does that one time because you have to get there because you are the
I'm sure you
protagonist.
realize a doctor and his
Not really.
And also,
Yes.
Well, they get like
Why
you know
did your mother
enslaved
have you hospitalized
African American
here?
laborers
She
from
seemed
prison.
convinced this
Mhm.
is a bad hospital.
So they
Just wants to be
dock
seen.
sometimes.
it's one of those things you just gotta kind of ignore for the sake of the video game, but I still really hate it. Is that you are very clearly
Your hospital may
above
look
like cloud
unusual,
level. Why is
But
everyone
rest
not
assured,
freezing
you're
and
in
or
good
suffocating?
hands here.
Magic,
Me,
Well, like-
salts,
Dr. Reed.
tonics.
I hate that they made it like a plot point that similar
Is your
things are
mother
happening.
bothered?
Like, if it was
your
just like,
doctor
oh,
like
it's like
cast?
Bioshock, okay, fine.
Like-
But then they're like,
That's
oh,
tempting, Doctor.
the Songbird is like
have
the
no
Big
idea
Daddy
what is capable
because
of.
literally they based
She
them
would
on
tie
each
herself
other.
to my bed if I
Why?
said to leave.
Because Ken Levine thought that was clever. Like, that's the only reason. That's all you get.
It's like
It's
poetry, it rhymes.
It's like poetry, it
Tell me
rhymes.
about
And it's like, once you say that, it becomes really stupid. Like, if they're just similar because it's like we made a
I have to
sequel
go
and
now,
it's like
sir.
similar, like fine. But
don't
he's like, no,
hesitate to contact
they are the
me
same
with any
thing,
help.
but in a different universe. And it's like
Waste your
that's
time with me.
that's so dumb.
I will not let
It's
you go.
so dumb.
I'm just remembering more of Bioshock Infinite as we talk about it, and I literally just remember the Museum of Racism.
Yes, there is a racist museum as well. I was thinking about this because I was thinking about Metal Gear Solid. Do you remember when Kojima said that people who said like Quiet's outfit was
You
bad?
will be ashamed of your words and
You will
deeds.
regret your words and deeds once you understand why she's naked.
And then she breathes through her skin.
Therefore, she has to have like a skimpy outfit that's
Here
like all
is-
torn up and sexy.
Just wear cotton or something. Just something breathable. It's
like
literally
wear-
breathable fabric.
Or
But here's
like
my
wear
issue.
like a swimsuit or something that doesn't look like
Here-
it's awful.
Is my issue is this does not even hold up in universe because there's that bit where
Where she's-
everyone's fucking seen this where she dances around in the rain, and for her, shouldn't that feel like drowning?
Yeah.
Also, the end wears clothes, and he is the same.
Well, he was a plant.
Well,
He was a plant.
No,
her
they
thing
have
is
the
she-
same ability.
Well, it's because her lungs are burnt.
Oh.
I think that comes up as like because in
Yeah,
the beginning
she
of the
got
game when she
hurt
gets
up.
hit
She
with
was-
the.
She was the lady that in the hospital tries to kill you.
Now that I remember that, I do regret my deeds because obviously that's been explained very well.
Well, he was Kojima was right.
He was right. I regret everything.
So that's actually why, like, her lungs are all burnt and why she's obsessed with you, because you, as like a fucking half a dude, trophied on a hospital bed, just kind of kicked her ass.
Well, it wasn't
So
even
she's
you
like,
though. It
"Holy
was the
shit,
other
this dude
guy.
rules."
It was, but that's the thing. It wasn't even you. It was the real big boss.
Yeah.
Who's the one who like burnt her, but for whatever reason, she's in love with you.
I don't know.
There's a lot of story missing there.
And
Yeah.
she can't talk
Yeah, you
because
think-
they came up with
Game
something
missing.
because they have a
Okay,
really
so
contrived
basically they
plot device. I
weaponized
know.
language.
No, I know. I
Which
know
doesn't
what it
make any
is.
fucking sense because it's implied to be a virus and not some sort of mimetic kill word.
I think what happened is Kojima came up with like, what if we had a guy named Code Talker, but because talking is poison, so it's a thing, and they just went from there.
I think he started from the premise of, what if words can kill?
Yeah. He had the song written, and then he's like, that line's really clever. I'm gonna use that.
I think Kojima actually based a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5 on some David Bowie songs he really likes.
I don't like Metal Gear Solid
Which
5
is-
very much.
But that's
Nobody
perfectly acceptable
does.
to make this game.
Lots of people do. They seem to think it's amazing.
I think Kojima just like
Gameplay's
gets an idea
decent.
in his head and then builds a game around that. Like the Zone of the Ender series is very clearly Kojima would be like, cockpit.
Well, also, well, I mean, like Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2 were basically created because he read a book by Richard Dawkins. Yeah, he read The Selfish Gene. It's like the only useful thing
Metal Gear
that
Solid,
Richard Dawkins.
Metal Gear Solid 3
is
is
involved with.
basically him going, I really like James Bond movies.
Yeah, and
That's fair.
that's great. 2 and
is-
3 are great.
I
Mm,
kind of am
3
afraid to
is
go
great.
back and play Metal Gear Solid 1 ever again because I'm pretty sure that if I do, I'll instead be like, wow, this is actually all really stupid.
You should play it with the Spanish dub, which is great.
That's also the solution I've seen someone mention to watching the Star Wars prequels is just watch it in another language.
Watch
I don't
the
know about
backstroke.
that, but
Watch Backstroke to the West.
But there is a Spanish dub for Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's actually really good. But they didn't do one for 2 or 3 or any other ones, which is unfortunate.
Actually, yeah, I
Just the
think a
first one.
Spanish dub for Metal Gear Solid 1 would be hilarious now that you talk about it.
It's
It would be
great.
like a high-budget telenova.
Yeah, like, there's that bit where Snake is like, Meryl, your ass is amazing. And he's just like, tu culo es estupendido. And it's great.
I want to see that scene that everyone knows about, where Liquid is on the Metal Gear Rex, and they just yell at each other. I want to see that.
Brother!
Hermano! But yeah, it's actually pretty good. The Snake is the guy who plays Snake is good in it. Oh, you died.
Yep.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna
But,
just sneak past those guys because it was very obvious. It was very easy to do so.
I just looked up what Liquid is in Spanish. It's just Liquido.
Yeah.
What is snake in
Armando.
Spanish?
Guido.
Guido, hermano. Dante.
El exterminador de demonios.
Pentejoso.
What would Big Boss be?
I don't know.
Grande boss.
It would be Jefe, wouldn't it, instead of Grande
Jefe.
Jefe?
El grande jefe. El grande jefe.
I think I knew a grande jefe in high school. Actually, now I think about it, a lot of movies I've seen of like westerns or anything, just where they have just like the boss of a Mexican gang whose name is just Jefe. I always thought that was just their name. I always thought it was just a weirdly common Spanish name. Well, not my absolute favorite, but you guys ever seen Three Amigos?
No.
You really should. It's great.
I found the secret to fighting this guy. Is just stab him a bunch.
Fair enough.
You just gotta wait. You gotta shoot him at the right time, and then he'll be stunned, and you can, parry him.
On the Hydra's back.
My one weakness: multiple stab wounds.
Et tu, Caesar?
Caesar was the one being stabbed. You
Fuck you, okay?
And you, Caesar?
So actually, I was watching a thing yesterday about that, and apparently, pretty much all of those wounds Caesar had were superficial, except the very last one.
Oh.
I've also read that the assassins ended up stabbing each other more than they did Caesar.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, Rome really did not like them killing Caesar. Turns out Caesar being very popular, but kind of a dick, is not a good enough reason to kill him.
I linked you to the I can put it in the chat too. This is the bit where Revolver Ocelot talks about his how amazing his gun is.
Alright, I gotta listen to this.
It's very nice.
There's a bunch of dudes there, so I'm heading on out. Bye. 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 I can't just sneak past you. I was mistaken on that part. So long. Farewell.
I got
running
shot.
away now. Yep. Sure did. Guess what?
Look
Still
out.
running away.
Just that early PS1 where they couldn't animate faces, so they just had their heads move back and forward.
Yes.
Yes,
hello.
when talking was just nodding.
Yeah.
The red and blue technique.
Liquid.
El Colt single action revolver. Good.
What
So
does that
I'm
mean in
happy to
English?
see that Revolver Ocelot in Spanish is just Revolver Ocelot.
Yes, it is. I know.
I could have sworn I read somewhere that they're working on a Metal Gear Solid movie.
I mean,
Oh,
probably.
no. I hope not. I don't want that.
I would watch it if it was based on 3.
Yes.
No, I think it'd be interesting if they
Wow.
did
okay.
Solid, but they include all the references to like Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2. Like, because a lot of people didn't play those when they played Solid, and I think that actually kind of helped make the game feel like it was bigger, like it was more of a thing.
They should just adapt Metal Gear Solid 2. Just that one.
No. Here's what I want.
You used to be a doctor.
I want,
Was your license
during the Metal Gear movie,
No, sir.
flashback
to be precise.
to Snake's younger
I run a
days.
little pawn shop while taking
And he's
care
hiding
of the
behind a
dead.
jeep,
But I
and there's a
used to
guard
be
there.
real doctor.
and he wakes up and he says, "Oh, I feel
Please
asleep."
show me what you have to sell. Of course. It's just trinkets.
Well,
and
really, I think it'd
jewels
be
we
great
have.
if, like, just to have all
I'm
these
sure
people
they can
talking
be
about Big Boss. Like, he's this whole thing, but nobody who's played the game has any
they have
idea
a-
what they're talking about.
I can buy opium. Interesting.
Drugs. Would drugs
Can you
work
smoke
if
it?
you're a vampire?
It varies from continuity to continuity.
Well, obviously, Anne Rice is the definitive source of vampire lore.
Yes, let's ask Anne Rice, everybody.
What does Anne Rice say about drugs?
What does Anne Rice have to say about the drugs?
Well, my default is Warhammer Fantasy Vampires. That's what I...
He doesn't care. Remember when Anne Rice says, "I'm pretty sure I'm the authority on vampires"?
I don't remember her saying that, but it does sound like something that she would say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine a book for Christmas. It was about like a history of paperback horror novels, and there was a section a bit about Anne Rice, how she basically did like reinvent, like she is the person who's responsible for starting the modern perception of vampires.
I'm pretty sure that was Bram Stoker.
I'm pretty sure that was Bram Stoker, yes.
No, well,
Bram
she was
Stoker
the one,
didn't
like,
make the vampires like romantic though.
yeah, Dracula wasn't like a romantic figure. Also, he was the villain. Like Rice was the one who really made it the whole idea of like vampires being like
They're
the main
sexy and
characters.
tormented. Yeah.
No,
Like you did get some stories that had Dracula like, specifically as like sort of like an anti-hero, but that was always just like Dracula. Like more broadly, vampires were seen as just monsters to be killed.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I would still argue that Bram Stoker did a lot more to create the modern vampire myth.
So,
Well, I guess what I mean. Well, I mean, I agree with you. Like, well, I mean, she was working with the stuff that Stoker created, but like, she specifically like,
Stoker or
there's no
Stoker,
Twilight without.
I think it's Stoker.
There's no like, all the stuff like there's no Twilight and all the other
That is
sorts of
Stoker.
vampire stuff without Anne Rice. Like, I mean, I imagine, or maybe if she hadn't done, someone else might have done it eventually. I guess that's a question. Like, was she
I don't know,
basically
I mean,
just writing about trends that already existed in the genre, you know?
I feel like it's kind of an inevitability thing. I mean, one of humanity's primary
It's
traits
locked.
is to look at something and say,
locked,
yes,
all
but
right.
what if it was sexy?
I understand you.
Well, I was speaking more broadly just about how, like she's the one who gets credit for the genre transition, but like you pointed out, like, a lot of the stuff she was writing about was already kind of there with Bram Stoker and Dracula. And I agree, like, if it hadn't been her, it would have been someone else, probably.
Absolutely.
I would like to buy things from this man,
Hello, sir. I
but
would like to buy some drugs. Hello?
I specifically want to buy like supplies to make drugs, but he's hiding
I'm
behind
pretty
that.
sure you can fit through one of the slots in that fence.
I understand.
Let
you
me
must be
through.
Sure, I can up that
Come
fence.
back here! Like,
I'm
fucking
never-
seriously, why do NPCs wander around like that?
Sir.
I'm starting to see the problems with this game.
Sir.
For instance, it is really poorly optimized because I had to sit at a loading screen for like 15 seconds as it loaded up a conversation. What?
Oh, it's just like Sonic 06.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly how
good
bad
old
is
Sonic
the supply
06.
situation here at Pembroke?
We need that to be on
It
the
really
PC.
depends.
When's that gonna come
Dr.
come to
Swansea deftly
Steam?
works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine...
Sonic 06?
Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was
but
on
that's
God's
Steam.
hands.
What?
I thought it was on PC, yeah.
Please, could you point me?
I
to
thought
the
PC
bottom
was
of
one of the
morgue
worst
again?
ports
It's
of
the
it.
large boarded up building behind the hospital.
I mean,
You can't
in that
miss
it doesn't exist,
The
I
key
guess
I gave
it's
you will
a
open
pretty
a
bad
small
port,
back door
but
to it.
no. There is no PC version of that game. If there was,
He's
I
right.
probably
Why
would
don't
own
you
it.
always work
So-
the nights? Don't
There
you
is
ever
not.
sleep?
There is not. I
At the
know.
Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
I could have sworn there was.
No.
Your
But,
dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane. but
I'm
when
still
you
amazed that game didn't just
We
outright
staff
kill
get our sleep
Sega.
when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation.
Why would
Well,
it do that?
Yakuza had
Jenny.
come out the previous year.
Didn't they spend a lot of money
Lack of
making it?
sleep and the medical profession.
who-
always
And then it
who
just
knows?
disaster.
My
Flopped
favorite-
really hard
my-
because it was
Succumb
Sonic
to
06.
My
stimulants.
I
favorite
don't think
story
it actually flopped
about-
that hard.
Drugs.
My favorite story about
Deadliest
Sonic
bullets
06
in the
was
trenches.
they really wanted
London's
it to
trenches
come out
start here at
for
Pembroke
the
Hospital.
15th anniversary
We are
of
on the
Sonic
front line,
because
make
it was the
no
15th
mistake.
anniversary. So the playtesters that they had hired kept saying that it's not in a serviceable state. They need to keep working on
That's
the
all for
game
now,
in order
Nurse
for it
Crane,
to,
thank you.
be good. So they fired all of those playtesters and hired new ones and wrote it into their contracts that they were not allowed to say bad things about the game. So they so
Sonic 06 isn't bad.
so they were literally hired to play the game, but they weren't allowed to say, "Hey, there's this bug in here that ruins the game," because if they did, then it would delay the games. It would delay the possibility of the game coming out before the 15th anniversary. And then it did come out for the 15th anniversary, and everybody hated it because it was a buggy piece of shit that wasn't finished.
I don't know that it didn't make any money, though. I think that's a different question.
I'll look it up.
I'm pretty sure it made money, but at the same time, like, it's a fucking Sonic game, so of course it would make money.
Oh, Sonic. I like that they were doing an episodic Sonic there for a little while.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
didn't they
Sonic
quit
the
after the
Hedgehog
second one?
4, and then they were like,
Yeah.
we're gonna do Sonic, and then we're gonna do Tails, and then we're gonna do Knuckles, and then we're gonna do all of other Sonic's other friends, and then they got up to Tails because having Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 seemed really awkward when there was no other episodes out.
They made episode 1, and then it was like a couple years, and then episode 2 came out, and that was it. And they didn't go
That
any
game
further.
managed to have like really bad platforming physics. which
Yes,
is not a great thing when your game is a platform.
Did it really
pleasure to
did?
see.
It had awful.
But you know who really loved Sonic 4? Jim Sterling.
What you have to sell. Of course.
He
It's
did?
just trinkets and curios, really.
He wrote an
Like-
article saying
But
that
I'm sure they
only
can be
like
useful.
furries would dislike this game because
Would-
they're freaks who live in their parents' basements and obsess over Sonic.
When did he do this?
Back when it came out, so
Which
like
Sonic game was
2010,
Sonic 4.
Sonic 4,
well, you
episode
know.
1.
I mean, yeah, I
Game
mean,
tied
bashing
for Sonic
furries
Heroes
was...
for least known Sonic
Good evening,
game.
Dr. Reed.
It's really shitty. It's
Goodbye.
really bad.
Yeah, it's awful. Like Sonic.
I don't think
Sonic
I've
the
ever
Hedgehog
played
4
a
is
Sonic
fucking,
game.
Sonic is fucking atrocious, honestly.
Mhm.
So I guess that makes me a furry after all. Thanks, Jim Sterling.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, I guess that raises the big issue. Are you a furry if you want to fuck a furry, or if you want to be a furry?
I think
What?
you wanna
What
be-
the fuck kind of question is that?
The only one that matters.
I don't think you know what question you're asking, actually.
I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
But you know what? Sonic Mania was pretty good.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Hey guys, but we got Sonic the Lost World. Huh?
I actually thought Lost World was okay as well, to be honest.
I heard okay things about Lost World. I never played it though. So
Yeah, it's alright.
Is that a game where you go to a park where they've cloned Sonic characters and then they break
No.
loose?
No, it's the one where they just ripped off Super Mario Galaxy with no shame.
I appreciate where you were going with that joke. It didn't work, but I appreciate your attempt.
That's the one where Jeff Goldblum's daughter gets cut from the gymnastics team, and they're all surprised about it.
And then she kills. Well, Now I'm just imagining like a bunch of Sonic the Hedgehogs running through grass, killing people.
I cannot
man.
enter.
It's okay as long as you have one ring left. They can't kill you.
What if you just like ate her ring? Will you be invincible until you poop that out, or what?
I imagine being hit would force the ring to exit your body as quickly as possible, then you just have the ring rip through your chest as it leaves.
That sounds.
But
quite
if you
painful.
grab it on the way out, you'll still be
Good
fine.
evening, sir.
Yeah, you'd be okay. Can't die.
The famous Dr. Reed has joined us.
What if you melt them down into a suit of armor?
Do we
Ma'am?
know each other?
Ma'am? Are you okay?
Ma'am? Ma'am? Are you okay, ma'am? Are you trying to make up your decision on where you're supposed
It's
to
okay,
go?
she's just dancing.
There we go. Hey, she found her way out.
It's the hottest two-step of 1921.
Be nice to her.
Jackson, you know, she's moonwalking. It's great.
No, be nice to her. She's been working back-to-back shifts.
Are you swinging the camera around to look for
You're
her?
exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should
Where did
think
you
about
go?
preserving your strength.
She's danced her way into our hearts.
Keep on healing.
She
all
clipped
those
right
poor
through our
souls.
chest and into
We
our
are the
heart.
last rampart before chaos.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Ah.
God, it's a good thing Sonic Mania exists, or we would not have
You've
any
nothing
really
to prove,
decent Sonic games anymore.
Sonic Generations.
They all praise your experience.
Yeah,
That was 7 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I am not too old.
Like the previous, previously,
When I was in
previous
college.
good Sonic game before
is the
Sonic
Pembroke
Generations was
Hospital
Sonic
situation?
Colors.
And please.
That's true. Colors is pretty good.
Before that, it was Sonic and Knuckles.
I'm sure you are used to
Oh.
working
Yeah.
in a better
Yeah, I'll give you that.
But what about Sonic Forces?
What
It's
a
more. In any case,
Hey,
the
what about
person
Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood?
the building.
Don't be misled by appearances.
Oh man,
The
Sonic
BioWare, the fucking BioWare Sonic the Hedgehog RPG
Yes.
with turn-based
again.
combat.
I must bring up Sonic Heroes so that everyone can look at
Some are
it.
really good,
Let's never
and others
forget
are
Sonic and the Black Knight,
During
the
this
greatest
troubled
game of all
period, There
time.
is no time for slander. I prefer
It's,
to focus
you go
on
to the
positive
past and it's like
character
all
traits.
your stupid assholes are there, but they're in armor now.
That's correct. That is
Opinion
what
about the
happens. Yes.
management.
I don't always agree with Dr.
What's the
Swan.
game?
Shadow
Sonic
the
fucking
Hedgehog is
Unleashed?
Lancelot for some
Does all
reason.
he can to keep this facility
He
running
might be.
during
Yeah.
this crisis.
Well, I mean,
think
the whole
he
point
is.
of Lancelot is he was
Speaking
the
of
greatest
Shadow the
knight,
Hedgehog,
but
Yeah.
he was
the
undone by
Hedgehog.
his raging.
While serving as a medical officer.
Knuckles is Gawain, which
Don't
is
get me
weird
wrong.
because
Swansea's a
that's
good
weird for many
administrator. I
reasons,
just
and
wish he would
I
get out of
think
his
I think
office
everyone else is there too. All your
Fucking-
friends are
The
here.
fucking
Any
hey,
opinion?
hey,
For
hey,
some
hey,
Sonic
fucking
reasons.
hey! Remember when Amy
Tell
was
me
the
more
Lady of the
about
Lake?
You really seem
She
to
was.
admire
Yes, that's true.
I'll go even
Which is
further.
also
If
strange.
she was a man, she would be a
I don't
damn
think
fine tactician.
Robotnik shows up, which is disappointing.
No,
Pretty
he
funny.
doesn't.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Which is too bad, but yeah.
It's honest to God easier just to list all the good games. all
That
the
one's
Sonic
hilarious. I don't care what anybody says.
Like it's like
It's
Sonic
so
1,
stupid.
Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Generation, Sonic Colors, and
I
Sonic
like
Mania.
I like CD. I think CD is fun.
Oh yeah, CDs. That's fair.
And there's a couple. There's handheld ones too. So like.
Yeah. I'm going to hesitantly place
Goodbye,
Knuckles
Dr.
Chaotix on the list.
Maybe if you're high.
Yeah, like it's seriously, Ape. It's not good enough to call it a good Sonic game. It's not even good enough to.
It's not horrible, which is all I ask.
It's fun to look at.
I don't think so, Tim.
Fine.
They're good Sonics, Brent.
No, please don't quote that man. He's a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I know his dog died like earlier today or something like that, and that's sad. I feel sad for the dog, but like that man's an asshole.
Hmm.
Oh god, I just remembered Sonic 3D Blast.
Ha!
Why would
Did
you?
you remember Sonic Blast, the Game Gear 3D game?
Oh God! Oh God! Now I'm having oh boy!
Despite how bad Sonic 3D Blast was, I have fond memories of as a child going to the Toys R Us a city over, and they had a Saturn set up that you could play demos on, and one of the demos was Sonic 3D Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I owned Sonic 3D Blast for the Genesis because it was Sonic, and like that was basically the only good games that was on the Genesis. So I was like, hey, let's get this game. It's got Sonic in it, and then we got it, and then I never got past the third world because that game's hard and bad.
Can we count
Mostly the
Robotnik's
bad.
Mean Machine as a good Sonic
Yes,
game?
we can, but that's just because it's Puyo Pop.
I liked Sonic Rush at the time.
What about Sonic Spinball?
Sonic Rush was okay.
The first Sonic Rush was okay. The first Sonic Advance was okay.
I'm gonna go get lunch. See you guys later.
See ya.
Yes.
God,
Dinner.
when they say long letter, they mean long fucking letter. I am not reading that.
There is a Sonic like Mario Party ripoff. It's
Sonic
it's
Shuffle!
fucking bizarre.
Sonic
Yeah,
Shuffle.
Sonic Shuffle.
And the thing is, like, it's made by the fucking Sonic or Mario Party guys. So they knew what they were doing, and then they chose to ignore it.
Yes, it is bizarre.
Okay. You know what? I've just figured it out. Definitively the worst Sonic game. And I want you all to guess.
Sonic
You will
Boom.
not get it. No.
Oh, it's Rivals. It's Sonic
Nope.
Rivals.
Dr. Reed.
No, you will never guess what's in a million years.
I'm correct. I don't care what you say.
People who don't sleep at night always seem
Are you gonna say Sonic Labyrinth? Because that is pretty
No.
bad.
more interesting.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog for the Gamecom.
That's actually not as bad as Sonic Labyrinth. And I know because I played it.
You're lucky.
Fucking Gamecom though was awful.
I hope you're
Yes.
It's like, hey, let's make a handheld system that has a fucking LCD screen.
How could I get better in such a
The
dump?
Gamecom is hilarious. There's a version of Resident Evil 2 on it.
See, the problem with the Gamecom and Sonic is, but Sonic especially highlights it, is that the refresh rate of the screen is like 3.
It's really slow, yeah. I know. And it only has like it doesn't have very good buttons or anything. It's just completely fucked. And it has bad music, and it's tiny. The screen is tiny, so it's really bad. There's also the Game Boy Advance port of the original Sonic, where the screen is like zoomed in so you can't see anything. That's really good as well.
We'll make sure I don't forget him. It still fucking hurts. Boss should cut me good.
That man was determined to murder you.
I'm sorry,
almost
I'm
died.
searching
What a
for
surprise.
Sonic
First
Gamecom.
time
I
I
found
met him,
SonicGames.com,
fucking
and I
coward.
encourage you, Crow,
Gets
to
revenge
go
with
look
his
at this
balls.
because it's a bunch of Flash games.
What did he want?
Oh, good.
Revenge?
I recently had
I actually have a video of
Poor
Sonic
arsehole
Gamecom
thought it
on my
would
I'm
be
YouTube.
tempted to try some of these, but if I'm horribly afraid that if I
Only the
allow any of my
strongest
scripts
survive,
say
then.
permissions for this site,
Survival at
I'll
all
be
costs.
infected with about
Is that
7
all you think?
Bitcoin
I'm the
miners.
toughest bastard you'll ever meet. Dr. Reed.
There is.
Don't give a
It's
fuck
Sonic
what
for
you
the
think.
Gamecom.
I particularly
How
want
is
you
your
to go and look at
hospitalization
Sonic
going, Mr.
Nazow
This is a
Unleashed
shitty
Part 1
place
because
with
it appears
shitty
to
stuff.
feature Sonic in
As
Ultra
long as I'm
Instinct
treated all
mode.
right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
Check out that sweet
bastard said
music.
to bring me here,
No.
I thought he was going to break
Everyone,
all
go
my
look at
bones before I reached my
SonicGames.com
bed.
because
I see.
Sonic Truck is
Any other smart
Sonic Truck
comments?
is the
The
closest
nurses
thing
aren't too
humanity
ugly.
will ever achieve
Especially that foxy
to
one, Nurse Clyde.
pure, true art.
Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Sonic
What's
Truck.
wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump.
It is a pickup truck with the Sonic spines
But
like
you're
just
alive
welded onto
thanks
the
to
top.
the efforts and dedication of the staff here.
Well, that
aren't
kicks
you?
ass.
What are you expecting? A
Kind
medal?
of does,
I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time.
I'm about to stop playing this game. And I don't mean for tonight. I just mean I'm about to stop playing it.
How long do you
Because it's
think you
become
can
not so
escape the
good?
law, Claire?
Yeah, it's starting to drag on. There's a lot of talking, and then there's not a lot of combat. And what combat there is either way too hard or way too boring, or both.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
really want to know what Sonic in the Garden is about.
that is kind of what I
We
heard.
can't escape
So,
the
yeah,
consequences of
I heard it wasn't that great by the end.
past can
Which, to be
be
fair, is also true of Vampire Bloodlines. But
At least Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines kept me interested the entire game. This is losing me like right before, like as it's getting started.
I'm the leader of the wet boys.
yeah,
One day,
Like I haven't even played this game for 4 hours, and I'm like, I don't think I'm digging this.
yeah, like
Which is
I'm
bad
done.
for an RPG. Like when an RPG loses your interest after less than 5 hours, you probably failed at making an RPG.
Just go play some more of the Digimon World.
Yeah, I've
Oh
played.
no,
No, it wasn't World. It was Cyber Sleuth.
Cyber Sleuth.
It was.
Yeah.
There's
which
a
has
difference.
been apparently has been removed from the PSN. They delisted it.
Seriously?
Well, it's a good
Yeah,
thing
I
I
don't know
bought it
why.
fucking physically.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, if you had bought it, you would still be able
You
to
still
play
able-
it.
Unless it's
but-
PT. PT's just fucking gone.
Yeah, PT's just gone.
Yeah, but I don't know why that is. It's really weird, especially since they've got another game coming out like in the spring. So
Oh,
like,
Hacker's Memory? That's already out.
no, the strategy RPG.
Oh, Next Order?
No, that's also already out. Survive.
What is with you and Survive games?
No, that's what it's called. It's not my fault. But I'm just saying, like, that's coming out in the spring, so I don't know why, like, they can't have lost the license. They're making a
totally right.
game right now.
It's like the first game is just fucking gone.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
But they're making a strategy RPG, which I like those regardless of what they're about, so I am interested. But,
Burnout Paradise is $6. Maybe I'll get that.
ah, sweet. Burnout Paradise is awesome.
Now, let's see.
Let's see if I can do this side quest.
Oh, the
which
Prey
is-
DLC is half
Probably not
off.
prob-
I might get that too. I really liked Prey.
Burnout Paradise, like, are you looking at it on Steam?
No,
Burnout
no.
Paradise?
Burnout Paradise Remastered.
Oh,
PS,
okay.
on
Yeah,
PSN.
yeah. Because I was gonna say you want to get the remastered one because it's got the island as well. Whatever it's called, I can never remember.
I'll see if maybe my uncle usually gives me a gift card to something. Let's see what.
Let's see if I can just do anything in here instead. I'm tired of talking to people. There's like 2 hours of talking to people, and like
Yeah.
you need to stagger your talking to people a little bit in your video games. At least Mass Effect has the good graces to give you like actiony combat in the first section before dumping you into like 3 hours of talking to people.
You like doing this? Well, too fucking bad. Here's endless dialogue trees and 30-minute loading times.
I do like endless dialogue trees, to be fair, but
You do because you're weird.
Yeah, that's what I
No.
usually order when I go to Chili's.
yes, yes. An order of endless dialogue
Yeah,
trees.
just give me an order of the endless dialogue trees and just keep bringing me Miller Lite. And
Yes.
eventually I will die and you just drag me out of the restaurant.
Yes, all you can eat. You
I thought
better
that was-
believe I'm going to take that seriously.
I thought that was Red Robin, not Chili's.
No, no. Red Robin is
Outback Steakhouse has an unlimited thing too. I know that, but
Yeah, it's bottomless fries. These fries don't have a bottom. You just keep ordering fries like the fat fuck you are.
if you eat them enough, you will have an enormous bottom.
You will also have an endless bottom, yes.
Yes, that's right.
It's just still fucking loading.
No, it's a different loading screen. I needed to. I don't know where I'm supposed to go though. Find the wallet, lost wallet in the garden. Oh, and then there's a guy over here who's chowing down on somebody. So let's chow down on him instead.
See, now though, when you have to fight the Sorrow, there's gonna be like this dude in there being like, "You hate me.
You hate me. You hate me."
Like, he explicitly did it, unless you also just like ate the stomach whole, my dude.
I mean,
there was not enough time for digestion to happen.
It is Big Boss. I would not put past him to eat the stomach whole.
Yeah.
Then again, he does take like three bites out of a fish, and then throws the rest of the fish away.
What is? I just noticed like that street lamp. The camera just erases things as it gets close to that. That's super weird.
Yeah, it has really weird culling. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
I wish that there were more good shoot 'em ups on PC. They don't seem to get the ports don't get ported to PC anymore, which is unfortunate.
You played Super Android Cactus?
That's not the kind that
Are you thinking more like Galaxia or some shit?
I'm thinking. I mean, like arcade ports, like Although that's like a twin stick, isn't it? I don't like that kind of thing. I mean, like like
Galaga? No, Galaga's not a twin stick.
No, Super Android Cactus.
Oh, Super Android Cactus. Oh.
Yeah,
which is still a fun game. I like that. I like that game. But I got it for free, so whatever.
But like a bunch of a couple cave shoot 'em ups got ported like a couple years ago, and then they never did any more. So I can only imagine not many people bought them, but I did. I bought them.
I mean, honestly, the only shoot 'em up I really need is Tyrion, and you can get that for fucking free these days. You can get that on your fucking phone.
Tyrion's alright, yeah.
I like Tyrion. Mostly because it's not a one-hit kill kind of shit, and I hate that.
That's what I like. Those are great.
No, one-hit kills are awful because you don't get to learn from your fucking mistakes.
You shouldn't make mistakes in the first place, then.
Well, then, look who's Mr. Good at fucking video games here. Look, wow, look at me. I'm great at video games.
You're damn right I am. That's right.
I'm good at shit that nobody likes.
Lots of people like shoot 'em ups. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about other games that you play that nobody likes.
Everybody likes Raiden.
Everybody likes A Dog's Life.
Well.
Does everybody like A Dog's Life?
I don't know. True? I don't know. You like A Dog's Life?
I have actually never played A Dog's Life. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, Dog Island. I'm talking about Dog Island.
Oh, that's a joke. Come on.
No, you like Dog Island.
I actually do really like shoot 'em ups. A lot.
I know for a fact you fucking like Dog Island.
It is pretty funny.
See, you admit it. You like it.
That's such a stupid thing. But like, I actually enjoy playing shoot 'em ups a lot, and not just as a funny joke to share with people. And I wish that there were more of them that were of high quality that I could play, but there are not. And I end up having to emulate and stuff like that. And emulating arcade cabinets is a pain in the ass. Especially like if they run on like some of the weirder boards.
So apparently, the thing I've learned is a lot of old arcade games are just kind of running through sheer inertia these days. Like if most of them, like they're so old and you can't get parts for them that if you got to keep them on 24/7 because if you turn them off, they might not turn back on.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I used to go to this like pinball place in Austin that like fixes up pinball cabinets. But they didn't always do a very good job, and sometimes they would clearly like have put the wrong kind of pinball in the machine, and it would weigh too much, and it couldn't make it all the way up to the top of the table. And it's just like, that's just sad.
Yeah. There is a city over from me, or at least there. Last time I was there, it was. It's been a little while. I I don't know what kind of business to call this, but they had a bunch of old arcade machines, lots of pinball machines, like the old Die Hard cabinet, the Simpsons game, the first House of the Dead, and you would pay $10, and you could just hang out there and play these games for as long as you want.
Oh, a barcade.
No, there was no bar.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just like you pay $10, they could put a wristband on you, and you could just like play these games. You can leave, you can come back. It was fucking rad, and I hope it's still there.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, they had lots of pinball games. They had the only one I actually remember because I don't memorize pinball games like Kaylin does, but they had Black Knight 2000.
Oh, nice, the one with the kickin' rad song. Yeah.
Give me your money.
That's right.
Yes. But they had like I played to completion, and this was I managed to complete like a childhood goal of mine that day when I found this, and I was so happy. Played to completion the Die Hard arcade game.
That is cool. That's very cool that you were successful in that.
I also finished House of the Dead 1. That was also fun, which is a lot easier again when you can just have infinite continues.
They're making a new Silent Scope, which is weird because like
weird. Who's the market for this?
I don't know. It's like weird and like anime themed. Apparently, it's gonna have like anime scenes, but also still sniping. So I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what other games they had there because they had a bunch. What was that one fucking arcade game where it's like it was like a monster fighting game, not that one Capcom one, Darkstalkers, not that one. It was like more like Godzilla ripoffs kind of deal.
Yeah.
I know the game, but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, they had the Simpsons arcade game. They had a bunch of stuff. Mostly I focused on the Simpsons arcade game, House of the Dead, and Die Hard, and a couple pinball games.
Yeah.
But it was really cool, and I hope they're still back because it was also right next to a good Korean place and a good taco place that also doubled as a bar. So it would be an ideal way just to fucking kill a day in the summer.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Like, just fucking fuck it, just rent a hotel, just wander around town, just drink, play arcade games, eat some tacos, drink, play arcade games, get some fucking pho. It's not pronounced pho. I
pronounced pho. Yeah.
I always want to say pho though because
that's what it looks like, but it's not what it is.
Play some more arcade games, wander back to your hotel, pass out drunk, leave home, leave in the next morning. That would probably be a lot more fun if I was still in my 20s.
Yes, it's fair.
It would still be fun, but I would have a hangover now. I used to straight up not get hangovers. It was great. I could just do shots all fucking night, and I would wake up and I would just buzz off like a hummingbird. Like, good morning, life is beautiful. Bzz. And my friends would be like, just staring at me like I was the biggest asshole in the world. And in retrospect, I was. Because I would just wake up, hey guys, how you feeling? How's everything doing? Because I just straight up did not get hangovers, and I missed that so much.
That must have been nice, yeah.
It was very nice.
You know what?
I hope that
this game not that great, and I think that I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. So no more Vampyr.
It's probably gonna be no more Vampyr.
It's gonna be no more Vampyr. You said that like
no more Vampyr. I'm a very tired boy.
I didn't play Vampire the Masquerade again.
I didn't sleep well, and so I'm kind of getting tired. And yeah, I should just play Vampire the Masquerade again because that's probably a better Vampire game. Which is a shame because that game falls apart after like the second act.
It does. It really
well, this
does.
game didn't even make it to the first act. It's a damn shame when your game does not successfully compete with a game from almost a decade ago.
Over a decade ago, yeah. Anyway, that was Vampyr. That's the last time I'm gonna play Vampyr. Because this
Dude's
game's
never gonna get his wallet back.
Yeah, he's never gonna get his wallet back. Because as far as I'm concerned, our doctor decided to go out into the street, stand out.
Actually, wait, no. Before you stop, eat everyone.
Nah, no, that requires
Aw.
effort. That requires
Come
effort.
on.
It's too hard.
Come on.
No, it requires effort.
Eat few people at least.
No.
Come on.
No, I'm
too
done.
difficult.
Look,
Come
watch.
on.
Turning off the PS4.
Too much work.
Too much work to eat people. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. This won't be streamed again because I don't like this game very much, turns out. But I didn't waste $60 on it, so...
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody.